Hello, you are most welcome. I'm Kandaruku Stephen, a first year medical student of Gulu University. I'd like to take this opportunity to warmly welcome you to my YouTube channel once again and thank you for viewing, watching, and also liking my YouTube videos which were previously uploaded. Today we are going to look at Microsoft Excel. How do we get to Microsoft Excel? And how useful is Microsoft Excel in our day-to-day work? So, get into Microsoft Excel, you can simply search, click on the search, then you type in the word Microsoft Excel, and you click on the Excel icon. This one will bring for you a blank workbook, which is our interest. So you click on the blank workbook, and this is where you can type your interest. Can be calculation of any interest that you want to do on this workbook. So, how useful is this? Or how easy is it to work with Microsoft Excel? Microsoft Excel makes us to organize our work in rows and in columns. So what are rows and what are columns? Rows are the lines that run horizontally and they're indicated by the alphabets A, B, C, D, and so on. And columns are lines that run vertically and they're indicated by figures 1, 2, 3, and 4, and so forth. So, before we proceed, we need to understand few terms that are related to Excel. One is a cell. Okay. So, what is a cell? A cell is an intersection between a row and a column. So where a row and a column meet makes up a cell, or is a cell. Okay, so you can say our workbook is made up of different cells, okay, on which we can type our work. Then we also have an active cell. What is an active cell? An active cell is a cell in which you can type your words, you can type your document, but it is characterized by a bold margin. An active cell has a bold margin, okay, a rectangular bold margin. Okay, so when you look at where I place my cursor, whenever I click, the cell becomes bold with a bold margin. Okay, the active cell looks a bit different from the ordinary cells, in that it has a bold margin, as I emphasize. The margins are bold, whereas the other cells have lighter margins. So in active cell, you can type anything, you can insert figures, you can type words, and so on. So, for instance, for the purpose of this lecture, today we are going to look at how we can make a simple addition. Okay, how we can make a simple addition using Microsoft Excel. It is not only addition that you can do using Excel. You can do subtraction, you can get average, you can multiply, you can do complex mathematical programs, okay, concepts using Microsoft Excel. So, if for instance for today we are getting average score, total score for a student who is called Charles, okay, for a student who is called Charles, if we consider that Charles sat maybe 4 subjects, and in the first subject he got 55, in the second one he got 50, in the third one he got 60, and then in the fourth one again he got 60. So we can use this Microsoft Excel to actually calculate the total score. Okay, you can use this to calculate the total score. So how do we calculate the total score? So here we need to, first of all, you can insert a formula, or you can just use an automatic sum. Okay, but before we insert a formula, you need to identify the cell references here where you are going to pick your figures from. So our cell references here is from B, which is from the horizontal or from the row, and this coincides with the 1 on the column, and in this cell we get the score, which is 55. Then we have also the cell reference C having the same figure 1 on the column side. So it is very important for you to always identify the cell reference so that you know where to take your figures from. So using a formula, by inserting a formula, how do we calculate the total score? So here, before you do anything, you should always start your calculation by inserting an equal sign. So since our focus is to calculate the sum, I can just type in the word sum and insert an open bracket. So my active cell here is B1. Okay, I mean cell reference here is B1. I'm picking a figure from B1. B on the column, I mean on the row, and then 1 from the column. So I'm picking from B1, and I'm summing up to E1. So I can click here, and you can see it brings for me the cell reference where I'm picking my last figure from. So what do you do next is to press enter, and this one will bring for you the total score. Okay, just as simple as that. Okay, that is if you have used what? A formula. Okay, if we have inserted a formula, so you can see a formula appears there. Okay, you can also do it in a simple way. If we don't want to insert a formula, you can just do automatic summation by highlighting. Okay, by highlighting your cell references. That's why I said it is very important to identify the cell references. So you highlight the cell references, which is from B1 to E1. Then you go to the formula bar. Okay, you go to the formula bar, you select automatic sum, then you can see your total score comes there. And I confirm to you that even if you do a manual calculation, still you will be able to get this figure here, 225, for this student here who scored these marks. So the next thing is, if this is the end, you can do this for the rest of other students. Okay, so after doing this, depending on what on your interest, whether you're interested in getting total score, you can get average from here. Okay, you can do anything. So you need to save your work. By saving, you click on the save. If you are saving your work for the first time, you click save as. You can only use save when you have ever used previously saved this document or your document. But if you are saving for the first time, you click on save as, and you choose where you want your document to appear. So for me here, I want to save this document on my PC. Okay, on the PC, I don't want to hide it in a document. I want to make it appear just on the desktop so that I'm able to see it at a glance. So I click on desktop, but before I save, I need to rename my document. Okay, I need to rename my document. It should not remain book 1. So I can say Charles. Okay, Charles result. Okay, so that I'm able to understand next time I want to revisit this document. So this is Charles result, and why do I want to save this? As I said, I want to save this on the what? On the desktop. So where is my desktop? You can choose. You can save it in a document. You can save it in any. So I want to save it here on my desktop. So after choosing where you want to select, save it, you select the type, where exactly you want to, the format. It is always very important to save your document as Okay, it is always very important to save it in Excel 97 2003 workbook. Okay, it is always important to save it here, because it enables your document to open without any challenge. It can open without any challenge. But if you save it in other formats, you will get challenges where sometimes your document won't open. So it is always advisable that you save it in Excel 97 2003 workbook. So then you click save. Okay, and that is where, if you close and you want to visit your document, and you should be able to get your document right there on your desktop without any hassle. So this is a simple way of how you can use Microsoft Excel to do mathematical calculations, okay, without any challenge. Okay, so this is where we can end for today. I would like to thank you very much once again for paying attention to this video, and I'd like to welcome you back next time to watch more videos that will come your way. Thank you very much.